can run and be safe in the strong tower of God's. But guess what? In order to receive that kind of assurance, you've got to be in the family. Hopefully all of you today are in the family, and if you're not, Pastor will give you an opportunity to join in the family. Psalm 91, further in the Psalms, it also says that there's a place where you can get to in God where the evil one touches you not. That is awesome. Where the evil one touches you not. Can you imagine getting to that place in God where the evil one touches you not? So when the devil put in his little requisition for me, God said, go ahead. I know what I've deposited in that girl right there. I know what I gave her. I know what assignment she has in her life. You go ahead. But I got the feeling, devil, that when you reach for her, you're going to get more of me than you do of LaJoyce. What are you doing to ensure that when the evil one comes after you, that he snatches more of God than he does of you? What are you doing? Do you fast? Are you praying? Are you praying for your pastor? Are you praying for the destiny of the Destiny World Church? You know, with a name like that, y'all have a lot to live up to. Are y'all on it? We're talking to you today because we believe that there's a destiny within you that needs to be fulfilled in the kingdom. And that is why these things are being deposited, these nuggets are being deposited into your spirit. So what are you going to do with it? I'm sorry, I'm all off my notes. Do you share your gifts with what God has given you with the church? God's trying to birth some gifts in you. But he can't really birth stuff in you if you won't share it. Too stingy. Okay, I'm not going to go there. Complete your due diligence in your relationships. What do I mean by complete your due diligence? Remember that game we used to play called 20 Questions? Now you better pay 200 questions. Because in 1990, I did not know to ask the questions that you better ask in 2006 and beyond. We have more information than we have ever had before about this disease. Why then are we still becoming infected in record numbers? Well, primarily because we don't think it can happen to us. My heartbeat is for children from middle school through college and women who wear Prada who don't think it can happen to them. Because you don't. Preventable. Here's a newsflash, so is diabetes. Just because now mama and them got it don't mean you got to get it. And that's from Dr. Brookshire, naturopathic doctor, master herbalist here, sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Valerie said, excuse me, this medical convention that's going on back here, because I'm offering up free advice back there. But ask me something, I'll tell you, I'll give you free advice too. Sorry. The medical convention, so excuse the medical convention. When you do your due diligence, be mindful of what the Holy Spirit is telling you, because you know what? God is speaking to you all along. I was standing in the back of the church, and I told my daddy, I got the feeling I shouldn't be doing this. And he said, who we got to tell? Because I'll go downtown, we'll go down there with your greedy relatives, eat all the food, and I'll take you to Hawaii and my dad going south. Who we got to tell? And I was like, I'm just nervous. He said, I got you nervous. All right? So just don't flip over the things. And that's no still small voice. In the back of the church, that's a sledgehammer. That's God saying, fool, I'm giving you yet another chance. So please, don't be as foolish as me. When you go to complete your due diligence, take your time, just like you did for your beautiful outfit this Sunday morning and the one you probably wore last night. You know how you go from store to store. And fellas, you know how you shop for those televisions and cars and gadgets in your garage. Take your time when you are courting somebody. Let somebody court you. Before swapping spit, swap paper first. What paper do I mean? I mean your health report. I absolutely positively mean your credit report. That was almost another chapter in the book. Strangulation from the grave. He died in 1995. My new husband of 10 years and I are paying back his IRS bills. So anybody who work for the IRS who know I can get out of that, I'm willing to speak to you. That's because I didn't complete my due diligence, because I was so enamored with the honey dip. You could have run a Mack truck up my nose. Men, be the first ones to give your girl roses. Be the first ones to take your daughter to a nice restaurant where they play violins on the East River. You be the first one to take her to New York on a shopping spree. But all of this takes time. So when you go to get the health report, if somebody does not know their status, keep stepping. When I say status, I do mean HIV status. If they are unwilling to go to the clinic to watch their blood get drawn, they watch your blood get drawn, do not touch them. If they are unwilling to let you hear the results of their test and vice versa, do not touch them. Yesterday, I wanted to have a throwdown argument with those doctors because one of them said that we want to dispel the myths about kissing and HIV. It has to be buckets and buckets of blood. Well, I'm going to tell you something. My first husband, every time he brushed his teeth, no more. I don't need to be the rocket scientist to figure that part out. And I think I'm cute, but I know I'm smart. I'm not kissing you. Okay, doctor, you said it's buckets and buckets, but why am I going to roll the dice on that one? I know the man got blood in his mouth. It's ridiculous. Don't you roll the dice either. You don't know what's going on in there. And you're not a doctor really, so you really can't do the search. Swap that paper first. If you still like the person after a couple of years, you might end up really planning a wedding because you've completed now your due diligence. And bring them around other people. Don't just keep them hiding. Oh, please just don't have them at your house. Go investigate his family. How does he treat his mama? And his sisters? And does she have daddy issues? Okay? Oh, right. Yeah, I know. There is nothing at all. There is nothing at all with saving yourself for marriage.